Ready? Okay, cool. So these speakers right here are on loan from SPAZ, Semi-Permanent Autonomous Zone. It's a community of people who do, audio stuff and event stuff. And these are, we're borrowing from them, so we have to treat them with love and respect, along with some other equipment that's here. These are the two set of speakers that sit on the stage most of the time. They're available for most events, and they get pretty loud. They'll cover most event needs. The jacks in the back will fit a 1/4 inch. That's what we're going to use, is a 1/4 inch. It's a bit hard to see. We can get you a light, actually. Zoom in on that.
Yep.
See, that's a 1/4 inch jack, and we're going to use a cable that goes from 1/4 inch to, I don't even know what these are called, but these little double, here, 1/4 inch, to these little double plugs that fit in these standard speaker sort of caps. So let's plug in straight there for each channel, left and right. Okay, so these are the speakers we're working with. With other speakers, these don't have their own amplifier, so they need to be driven by an amplifier. If your speakers already have an amplifier, you don't need another one. That's kind of how the components work. This is like a big, fancy amplifier. What it's going to do is help us provide more power to drive the speakers themselves, push more air to get louder. That's the whole idea. This is going to be simple. We're going to plug this in, and like I said, use these cables to connect from the speaker 1/4 inch to these jacks. And then this amplifier itself is going to connect using XLR to this mixing board. We can use any mixer, we can use other mixers, but this is a mixing board. It's going to be handy for us so we can manage all kinds of different inputs. So the output is on the back. I mentioned we're going to have XLR cables from these two left and right outputs connect to the amplifier and the XLR components. And you'll see that when this is all set up. This mixer, we're going to be using one input. What we're using is a 1/8 inch or mini jack that you can plug in most devices like a laptop or something, or a cell phone, that has stereo, so you're able to pass 2 channels over this cable, and the channels are split independently to left and right, which we can then add to one of these channels and push on the output. So we're using this special cable, which is kind of like a rare one to find, but handy to have. So that's how we're going to keep each channel separate and have left and right sound happen. If we want to, we can add other inputs, including like a microphone. This happens to be a microphone with a 1/4 inch jack, so pretty straightforward. We'll add another channel. Everything on this board gets mixed together and sent out the output, out to the speakers. And that's what we want to do. We're going to be trying with this cell phone and this microphone to get sound to come out. Maybe one important bit is that the U stands for unity, and we want to keep the levels for each channel and the overall main mix at or below unity so that we aren't pushing the speakers too far. That's the goal. It's not to, have too much sound where it starts to damage the speakers. And then on top of that, there's a really strong urge when the event's over to turn off the mixer first. You never do that. You want to protect the speakers. The speakers get turned off first. The amplifier gets turned down and turned off first before you do anything else so that you don't damage them. And that's it. And we'll set it up now and you'll get to see.